Request host to record. Oh, what
Okay.
happened with Aaron Kaplan's chakras?
Yeah, they have Royce a minion over there. Send me a picture. How many people in the minion?
Oh, Naftali, I sent Yaakov a picture. We had 30 guys. We put on Talis and Tona 6:15. I don't want to tell you what time we finished with Musaf. That I don't want to tell you. But there were people. There were people who had to catch a 7:00 flight. I was at 7:30. So yeah.
Were you delayed, or Zevi Bold? We
weren't delayed, Yaakov, but I did have a good shiloh because the majority of the guys were Sfardim and they asked for Kohen and they wanted to do Berchas Kahanim. I said, I wasn't so comfortable with it in JFK Airport. I don't know. I'm not sure if I did the right. I'm not sure if I did the right thing.
It's a good question.
What?
It's a good question.
My simcha was like, I don't know, Daddy. Maybe we should have duchen. I don't know.
Yeah.
They were majority Sfardim and they were doing it. Kohen. They wanted,
Very good. Very good.
On my side, I didn't do it.
I think that's probably the right thing.
I asked I called Tati afterwards after I landed. I needed, time to be able to give him time to tell me the whole answer. He said the going held, you don't do it. What's the shaila? The going held, you don't do it.
Yeah, but when the shaila comes up a lot in the what's it called? The starting minyanim by over there in Cedar.
Right.
Whether they should do it or not. Okay, let's start.
The going had tremendous ruach hakodesh. The going was asked if you could duchen with the Sfardi million in an airport. He said no.
Shilas and Chuvas. You gotta add it to the Shilas and Chuvas traveling. Hey, Grata, once we discussed, a guy asked an interesting question. He's in a hotel that the stairwell, the lights go on. They have a Shabbos elevator, but he could spend $500 to go to a different hotel. He doesn't have money, this guy. He could spend $500 to go to a different hotel. Is he mechuyev to spend that to not use the Shabbos elevator? Anyways, okay. We are 6 lines up from the wide lines.
Oh, we're starting right with the daf. Okay, good.
Yeah, we're starting right with the daf. Yeah, I don't have time. There's a Myrav here officially at 5:30. So I'm not making that, but maybe I don't know. We'll see.
You're in the airport already?
Yeah, sure. Gotta go very early to do the shir.
Oh,
okay. 6 lines up from the middle wide lines. That's because we did a little bit last night. Yeah, so it says Vayatzikim lefnei Hashem, and Yeshua spread them out in front of Hashem, meaning that he took from Achan. From Achan, he
which Amid are you?
Mem Dalet Amid Aleph. Mem Dalet Amid Aleph, 6 lines from the middle wide lines.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah. So, okay. So we're talking about with the story with Yeshua and Achan. So Achan took the spoils from Yerichai, and he got in trouble. So Vayatzikim lefnei Hashem. So Yeshua spread them out in front of Hashem. He came and he threw them down in front of Hashem. Hashkafically, this is a very hard Gemara. Rabar, this must not be our day today. I don't know. But Yeshua came and threw him down in front of Hashem. He said to him, Al Elu Tihareg Ruba Shel Sanhedrin, because of these few things that he stole, the majority of Sanhedrin are going to get killed just for these few things. The Anshe Ai, because I was the war that Klal Yisrael lost because of Achan. So 60, what is it? 36 of the Sanhedrin died because of these few things. V'tanya shloshim shisha mamish. One brisa says it was 36 mamish. Divrei Rabbi Yehuda. Amalei Reb Nechemia. If he shloshim shisha, was it 36? It doesn't say shloshim shisha ish. It says kish shloshim shisha ish. Elazar Yar ben Menashe sheshakol keneged ruba shel Sanhedrin. It wasn't Roy ben the Sanhedrin. It was just Yar ben Menashe. It was Yar ben Menashe, and he was the equivalent of the Sanhedrin. You know, with the big kish, when you have keh, those that only wait 5.5 hours or 5 hours and 1 minute for fleishit, because it says kish sheishos. You have to wait like sheishos. It doesn't mean you have to wait 6 hours. It means you have to wait like 6 hours. So that's what the Gemara is saying over here too. Okay. Amar Nachman Amar Rab, my Dichsiv Tachnunim Yedaber Rosh v'Osher Yana Azus. Right, Tachnunim, right? A Rosh means somebody poor, right? So Tachnunim Yedaber Rosh, somebody who's poor, speaks Tachnunim, and v'Osher Yana Azus, but a wealthy guy speaks very strongly, which happens to be true. The wealthy, they're not scared of anybody, so they're harsher. So Tachnunim Yedaber Rosh, they're Moshe. Tachnunim Yedaber Rosh, that's referring to Moshe. V'Osher Yana Azus. And Asher Yana Az is that Yeshua, that is Yeshua, right? Which is a hard thing to understand. So you're calling Moshe a Rash compared to Yeshua, right? My time, what's the reason? If it's because it says that he put them in front of Hashem, then Yeshua took these things and he threw the stuff that Achan took, and he threw them down on the floor and told Hashem, "This is what you did." So that sounds like Yeshua spoke pretty rough. Also, Pinchas did Pinchas not do the same thing? Pinchas got up Vayipalo. That's going to come in later. It doesn't say Vayispalo, it says Vayipalo. Right? Pinchas got up and he davened, and the Megeva went away. That's the whole story with Zimri. That's when Pinchas killed, did his Tanois. Right? It doesn't say Vayispalo. It says Vayipalo. It means that he was making a plilus means we say it in the Al-Chetz, right? Plilus, right? That it means he made like a din with Hashem. What did he do? He came and he took the bodies of Zimri and whoever he was mezana with, and Amar Lefanav, and he said to him, Ribbon Shalom, Al Elu Yiplu Esem Ba'arba Elef Miso, because of these two Eisvarfs that didn't have self-control, 24,000 Yidden died. Tichsiv Ayu, Amesim Magefa Arba and Ve'esem Elef, there's 24,000 people died in that Magefa. So is that for these two people, that's why so many Yidden died. So you see that seemed to have been the normal way to talk to Hashem. as hard as that is to understand. I don't have any understanding of it. But that's what it's. Yeah.
They both learned it from Moshe Rabbeinu on top of Har Sinai. We had the Gemara about this. So Moshe Rabbeinu gave the Eibishter an ultimatum. When Josh Baruch said he's going to wipe out Klal Yisrael, Moshe said either me or them. So the Gemara said there that Kavayachal Moshe held the Eibishter by his beggar. He didn't let the Eibishter go.
We'll do it when we get on. If they let it on. Okay. I listen. It seems like based on we're learning in Chulin in the morning, it seems like Rabbi Shalom. It's good. It's good for us. He's negotiable. That's what I mean. Whatever. I can't say. It's not.
It's
negotiable.
What's the klapi shmai ma'anya?
Yeah. All right. Yeah, okay, so let's see. So that can't be. This is from Yeshua. Right? Why did you bring the Yidden over here? This is Yeshua that Yeshua said. Why do we got they lost to them?
What is the Gemara trying to? What do you mean Elam Mahacha? What are they trying to answer?
We're trying to answer where was it that Yeshua spoke very strongly.
So we're finished with Pinchas.
Yeah, we're done. We thought it was Pinchas. No, we thought Yeshua spoke harshly, but we said Pinchas did the same thing. So therefore, there can't be that's the case. It must be a different case. Right? Why did we bring Klais over the Yarden to lose to the Amorim? So the Gemara says, Moshe also said that. It says, why did you do bad to this? That's last week's parsha. Why did Moshe Rabbeinu came into Mitzrayim and said, what did you do bad for? It must be from here. But he said that halavai, it should be that we just should have stayed on the other side of the Yarden. Right? Because the Klal Yisrael is getting in trouble. So that's where you see that. So then Vayomer Hashem Yeshua kum lach, I'm sorry. And he said to Yeshua, get up and go. So Darash Rav Shila is Darshan, Amalei HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Kadosh Baruch Hu said, Shalcha kashem mishelahem. Hashem told back to Yeshua that your Avera is worse than Achan's. Because I told you that when you pass over in Devarim, it says, and when Klal Yisrael moves over the Yarden, they're supposed to put up these. They're supposed to put the big stones up and write the Torah on them. So you're supposed to do it right when you cross over the Yarden. And you waited 60 mil. Right? You waited 60 mil to do this. So why'd you take so long? Basa the Nafik, that when he left, Aikim Rav Amayra Levidarish. So Rav put an Amayra. Amayra is like they didn't have speaker systems. So Rav put an Amayra and he darshan, meaning the Amayra is like his loudspeaker. Kasha Tziva Hashem es Moshe Abde Kain Tziva Moshe Yeshua. The way Hashem told Moshe, so did Moshe tell Yeshua. V'chein also Yeshua, and Yeshua did whatever Moshe said. Like Heiser Davar Mikol Hashem Hashem es Moshe. He didn't remove anything that Hashem commanded Moshe. So you see that he did everything like he was supposed to. So then what was Hashem telling him? Get up and go, or go, you get up, meaning get up. So then what he's saying is what Rav said is that you caused it, meaning Hashem is telling Yeshua now, you caused this problem. Behind the Kamarle, and this is what he said to me, and you did for the eye, you're going to do for eye and its king as you did for Yericha and its king. Right? Meaning you could only, meaning what he's saying is, Yeshua, who was the one that made up that nobody could take the stuff from Yericha? Yeshua made it up. Hashem's telling Yeshua, I didn't tell you that the Olam can't take, Klal Yisrael can't take the stuff from Yericha. You decided it, right? So since you decided it, so then you made the problems, right? Which is also very interesting, right? And that's what the pasuk says. Meaning, Hashem told him, you are allowed to let Klal Yisrael take the spoils. Yeshua, for whatever reason, decided not to. So that's what Hashem told back to Yeshua. You made the trouble. Fine. Now a new thing. So when Yeshua was going from Yericha, and Yericha, when he looked up and he saw a person, right? And now the pasuk continues. He saw a person and who had a sword, and he had no idea who this guy was. So Yeshua says, "Vayomer," and then the pasuk says, Yeshua asked him, "Who are you? You for us, or you for the other side?" Vayomer, and he said back, "Loiki ani sar tzva Hashem ata basi." He said, "I am a officer of Hashem, meaning I'm a malach, and I think he means that he's a malach, and I'm coming now." But Yipul Yeshua upon of artzav yishtachu. And then, so when Yeshua heard that, he bowed down and he bowed down and he fell on the floor. So the Gemara asks, "Hey, how do you do this?" A person is not allowed to say hello to anybody at night, which means the word shalom. We're afraid that maybe he's a shade, right? So how did he even believe him? How did he even talk to him? The stranger in the middle of the night, which Taisa says that's dafka in the fields and the mountains, the people where people are not around. But if it's when the people are around, then it's not dangerous, which is why we never heard of this din. All right. But you see that there's such a concept. We were talking about it this morning in the Chabura. You see there's such a concept of shadim. Anyway, so how did Yeshua do this? So we're answer Shani Yosem do Kamalei and these starts of Hashem Atabasi, because the guy told him that he's an officer from Hashem. So Yeshua trusted him. So Gemara asks for Dylan Bashakri, why did Yeshua trust him? Right? Maybe he's a liar. So Gemara says, Gemiri, the Mafki Shem Shemayim Levatala. We have a halacha l'moishim. Gemiri a lot of times means halacha l'moishim b'sinai. But really what it means is a tradition. Right? It's a tradition that we don't ever say Hashem's name Levatala. Right? On to Beis now. So Amar Le Emesh. So now why did this guy come? So this Malach told Yeshua Emesh yesterday, right? Or this afternoon. I don't know how to. I thought Emesh was more. It's Emesh. Rashi says it's Hayoim Kishahira Ben Arbaim. So it was that day. I'm like Emesh Bitaltum Talmud Shal Ben Arbaim. You were Mavatal the Talmud of Ben Arbaim. Va'asha Bitaltum Talmud Torah. Meaning you had Klal Yisrael busy fighting this fight, and now because of that they didn't bring the carbon Talmud for Mincha, and you were Mavatal Torah. Al man boss. So Yeshua asked him, which one are you coming? Al man boss. So which one are you coming for? Because of the carbon Talmud or the Torah? Amalei said, Ata bossi, I'm coming now, which is what you're doing wrong now, which is that you're not learning. Miyad vayolan Yeshua balayla hu b'saycha emek. So Yeshua took the Musar and he immediately went and he lay down in the valley, and not lay down. He spent the night in the valley learning. It teaches us that he was lun in the Oimka Shalom. When it says in the valley, doesn't mean physical valley. He went down into the Oimka Shel Halacha. So we see from this that Talmud Torah is more chashuv than being Brakam Talmud. Shenemar Ata Basi, because it says, I'm coming now, meaning he didn't come. This Malach didn't come to give Musar about the Korban Talmud. He came to give Musar about Torah. This pasuk in Marava, what do they learn? Right? So how do they dash in this pasuk? Al teitzi l'riv maher pen. Don't go out to fight quickly. Pen matasa bachrisa behefla ma'asach re'acha. Because what are you going to do at the end when you get embarrassed from your friend, right? Rivcha riv esreacha v'soid acher al tago. Fight with your friends, but do not tell him secrets. So what is this pasuk? So b'shosh amalei Kodesh Baruch Hu Yecheskel, when Hashem told Yecheskel, Lech emer lehem liyisrael avicha hamori v'imech chitis, he said to them, your father was an Amori, and your mother was from Piti. Now. Okay, I'll join Fishman Esser. Yeah, where are they dominating? I'm sorry. Anyways, he said your father's an Amori.
You want me to get you a Marv at 11?
No, I'm not going to dray people around. They're here. It's the island's dominating, so I'll figure it out. Yeah. Anyways, he said your father's from Amori. That's referring.
How many people you flying to Phoenix, Icky?
I only need another 9, Aaron.
You got
Icky,
lots of
Rabaran's upset that you didn't leave him room on that chartered flight.
I'm wondering. Yeah,
Yes. Yicky with all his famous people.
Because Aaron, I thought you were taking him with you to Florida.
Oh, okay, you got me there. Very good, you got me.
Anyways, okay, so Lech Emer Lahem Yisrael Avicha Amori v'Yimecha Chitis. Your father was an Amori, and your mother is a Chitis, right? So Amra Ruach Piskanias Lefnei HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So a Ruach Piskanias. This is mamish that had to do with this morning with us with Chulai. Sorry, I keep referencing it because Repenach and Rabban and Eliyahu are on, and Naphtali, right? Because we had this whole back and forth whether Malachim could fight with Hashem. So let me move over there just to hear Baruch Hu. Right. So anyways, so here it says.
Yaakov, by the way, if you have to go daven Marib. We'll finish the daf later or tomorrow.
No, I don't want to ask them to wait around, but I'll daven.
You have to daven Marib. Like I don't.
I'll daven. Talmud Torah is more important. You heard that? How's that for a pshat?
That's what this Gemara is.
It's true. Right, you're very good about 100%. We just learned it's more important than the carbon Talmud.
But I'm worried about the optics. Yaakov's going to get pictures flying around the MKY. Rabbi Stein, but Dafka didn't daven with the minion in the airport.
It's probably already on MKY. I'm watching me give share. It's probably already there. You got a bunch of YFR boys and a bunch of. Go! Don't worry. Go. It's fine. Thank you. I appreciate it. Anyways, so Amra. Ruach Piskanias Lefnei HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So a Ruach Piskanias.
Maybe he doesn't want to count you for minion in Florida.
Yeah. Anyway, so Ruach Piskanias, the Rashi says is Gavriel. Okay, so it says Ruach Paskanis Lifnei HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That's Gabriel who said to Hashem, right? He said to Hashem, Rebbeinu Shalom, Im Yavayu Avram v'Sara v'Yamdu lefanecha. If Avram and Sarah are going to come stand in front of you, would you say what? Would you say this to them, that one comes from Hiti and one comes from Amori? It's embarrassing. That's their yichus, right? Rivcha Riv, meaning fight with people in Klal Yisrael. Rivcha Riv is re'acha. Fight your fights with your friends. V'sayid acher, I'll tell them, but don't say secrets, right? Meaning if you want to give Musar to the Klal Yisrael, so give Musar to the Klal Yisrael, but you don't have to go tell it to their enemies. So the Gemara says, does a malach like this have reshus to do this, to tell it to Hashem? It's mamash. It fits our Gemara this morning. Does a malach really have reshus? I have to get my wife involved in this. I have to tell her. Right, so yeah, it says does the malach really have that reshus? In Damar Rabbi Yosef Reb Chanina Shalosh Shemes Yesh Loi. This malach has three names: Piskoin, Itmain, and Sigroin. Piskoin shepaisik dvarim klape mala. Piskoin, because he could speak like this to Hashem. Itmain she'oitem avanisem shel Yisrael. He's called Itmain because he wants to close up the averus of Klal Yisrael. Sigroin, kiven shesoiger shuv eneveseh. Once he stops, once he locks it up, then he no longer opens it up. Meaning once he gives up on Hashem, right? Once he gives up fighting with Hashem, then he gives up, right? Okay. Then the Gemara says, Hayarich shuacha loy batzar. It says you be marek your davening when you were. This is very important. It's funny that it's davening, but this is very, very important Gemara here. Right? Hayarich shuacha loy batzar. Did you daven before you were in trouble? This is talking about Eov. His friends were asking him, did you do this before you were in trouble? Did you daven? A person should always put daven before the tzara comes. Because if it wouldn't be that Avram Avinu davened when he was between Beis El and Bein Ha'ai, meaning he davened then for Klal Yisrael. He made a mizbeach there, and he made right. Loy nishtar mit Risha Yisrael sorrow the parl. There would not be anytime the Gemara says Risha Yisrael, it's a lashon sag. We don't want to say the enemy. We don't want to say Klal Yisrael would have been wiped out. We say the Rishaim of Klal Yisrael would have been wiped out. Meaning, had Avram Avinu not davened for Klal Yisrael, then the Ai later on, I don't know how many years later, not 1,000 years, but a lot of years later, when they fought the Ai, they would never have survived. He says the way you learn out from this is anybody who ma'ametz, he strengthens himself with tefillah in this world, we won't have any enemies in Shemayim. Meaning in Shemayim they're going to do it. But they're going to support him. A person should ask for rachim because all the malachim will strengthen his koyach, and he won't have any tzarim ilamala. So those are the three limudim to learn out from this pasuk. Does the oil mind if I stop for 5 minutes at Damash Esrei and then I'll come back on? Is that okay? All right, I appreciate it.
Jacob, I don't understand the shayla. Go daf matter.
I don't want to be matria. That's all. Okay, I appreciate it.
And the truth is, it gives us an opportunity. We could be the only shir in America where the Maggid shir of Aaron stops to have a quick Shemana Esrei break.
Yeah.
Well, you want to stop the recording?
Oh yeah, I do that. So
I don't know if I can.
Oh, I just gave up the host rights. Hold on.
I'll just take a picture of Aaron Kaplan getting sunshine. Suntan.
Okay, just to I'm not looking for justification, but it's when you daven before this man, there are shittas that say that it's better not to say Birchas Kriya Shema. The same issue with Birchas Kriya Shema in the morning, whether you should daven b'yechidus Birchas Kriya Shema in the morning, if you get a minion that starts, let's say that they're going to get the Birchas Kriya Shema after Zman Kriya Shema. So there are those that say the Mishnah Berurah is pretty makbid that you should daven Birchas Kriya Shema, better daven Kriya Shema with the brachas at the right time, right? So if you daven Shemona Esrei now, so Shemona Esrei is fine, and then the Kriya Shema at the right time you do it with the brachas. Whatever. So between that and not wasting the island's time, that was my justification. I'm beating Naftali to his phone call after the shir to know why I did that.
No, you told me you told me that in the past. If I was davening with a Shkia minion to do it that way.
Yeah, but this is a little more doubtful because this is a half hour after Shkia. This is a half hour after, more than half hour.
No,
so
but I
then
talked to what you were doing.
Latfila?
Yes, it's true. Yes, yeah. That's not everybody holds that. Not everybody holds that, but it's there's between that and not taking up the island's time, I figured I'm justified doing it. Normally, if I would daven a half hour after Shkia, I would daven with the brachas. But if I ever get stuck making early Shabbos, the Chavetz Chaim himself did not. When he didn't make early Shabbos. When he did, he only davened Shemona Esrei, and he didn't say Birchas Kriya Shema until after Tzeit.
Did you just daven Shemona Esrei for Shacharis, Mincha, or Marav? Or Musaf?
No, Ma'ariv. There you go. Sorry. What do you think I'm in? You think I'm in your stiebel over there, your Hasidic stiebel in Woodburn?
You wouldn't believe what goes on here.
I'm sure they still have. I'm sure they're having Musaf now over there. Okay, let's see weiter. So Minayin should keep a life viduyo. Oh, so it's interesting. I was saying Aleinu just now. I heard today, I don't remember from what, that Achon ended up being so chashuv, like Yeshua wrote Aleinu. Right? Yeshua wrote Aleinu. Some say Achon wrote Al-Kain. Right? Al-Kain and Al-Kain Nekava is Ayin.
Yes, Achon, yeah.
It's Achon. I don't know. You know the source for that? Ayin Chaf Nun.
We learned it in high school. I could get the source if your Rabbi Temler told us about that.
Really?
Yeah. When we had a Navi shir. He was very into Navi. He didn't like that the high school could teach Navi. So
I'll have to ask. Okay, interesting. And you even remember it. That's pretty good.
Yeah, see, Yaakov just fits in. The guy, Achan, of course, whole Klal Yisrael, they got punished. He says when he can't make a way to no regular guy who had a butcher shop in Rodden made a lane. And this guy Achan who punished everybody.
Listen, so you're saying that davening starts with Bilam, Latayvu, and it ends with Achon. Yeah. Okay.
Who wrote Altira?
I don't know, but it sure worked.
A lady. Some hush of a lady.
Yeah. Okay, weiter. We're recording again?
Yes, he started. Kaplan started before he went off.
Okay, so Minayin should keep a like viduyov. So how do we know that the viduy worked for Achon, right? The Mishnah says Achon did viduy, and it worked. So tell about it. Minayin should keep a like viduyov. How do you know that it works? Remember, but Yeshua told him, Ma akartonu ya. How do you pronounce that? Ma akartonu yakarcha Hashem b'yom zeh. Why did you ruin us? He said, Hashem is going to ruin you. You ruined us, and Hashem will ruin you. Hayoim hazeh ata akar, meaning today you're bad. Today you ruined us. V'ata akar la'olam haba, but you're not going to ruin us in olam haba. Meaning you're not going to be ruined in olam haba because you're doing tshuva. Uksiv u'bnei zarach. It says bnei zarach, Zimri, Esan, v'Heman, v'Chalkal, v'Dara. Kulam chamisha. It says that Zarach's kids were Zimri, right? Esan, Heman, Kalkal, and Darda. It says chamisha. My kulam chamisha. What does it mean they're all chamisha? We could count, right? What does it mean that they're all five? Kulam chamisha hein la'olam haba. All five of them are going to olam haba. So you see, well, we don't see anything yet. So it says ksiv Zimri, uksiv Achon. So it says Zimri, and it also says Achon, right? So how do you understand it? Right? Rav Shmuel, Chad Omar Achon Shmoi. Rav and Shmuel said Achon was his name, but Lama Nikra Shmoi Zimri. Why was he called Zimri? So also Maisa Zimri, because he did a Maisa Zimri, because Zimri did a Maisa, and it destroyed Klal Yisrael, destroyed 24,000 people of Klal Yisrael, and Achon also did. Right? Chad Omar Echad Omar Zimri Shmoi. And the other one said that Zimri, the other sheet that says really his name was Zimri. V'lama Nikra Shmoi Achan. Why was it called Achan? She'ikon Avan is saying Shal Yisrael because he ikon seems like it comes from the word. Rashi says it's a galgal, right? Meaning he went around. Meaning he drayed. I would say it like this: he drayed around the Klal Yisrael by him doing his avera, not listening to Yeshua. So he drayed around Klal Yisrael. Okay, many a day lisvader. So it says if a person does not know how to do vidui, so then he just says, I want a kapara. Rabbi Yehuda had a chiddush. He says if a guy knows that he's getting killed by peasant and he knows he's 100% innocent, so then he could say, I'm getting chatoy, getting a kapara for all my averas except for this one because this one is not an avera, right? And then the Chacham said back to Rabbi Yehuda, so that's why. Then he's just clearing his name. Well, why wouldn't anybody say that? So that people will think that he's innocent. So the Gemara says, so meaning what kind of time is that? So for Yanako Atzmai, again, Rabbi Yehuda said that he could say that he's getting a kapara except for this, because this he doesn't need a kapara because it's a scam. Right, so then the Chacham said back to Yehuda, so everybody's going to do that. Why wouldn't they say that? They're about to die anyways. Why wouldn't they just deny that they did it? So then the Gemara is asking on the Chacham, so Taka, let them do it. The guy's dying anyways. Why can't he Taka? Let's say he's full of baloney, but let at least let him save face by saying that he didn't do it. No, there's a reason, because if everybody in town hears that when this guy was going to get killed, he said he maintained his innocence throughout, then Lamaisa, everybody's going to look at the Bezdin like maybe they messed up. Maybe the Bezdin Taka messed up. But Maisa, there was a story where the guy that went out to get killed, Omar, said, he said, if there's gonna be this Avera, meaning if I did this Avera, then I don't want my death to be a kapar at all. For any of my Averas. And if I didn't do this Avera, then let this Misa be a kapara. And Bezdin and Klal Yisrael is going to be clean. I'm mindful of them. But the witnesses, I'm not going to have mechila. It's also very hard philosophically Gemara to understand. Basically, this guy said, I didn't do it. He's saying, if I didn't do it and you're killing me anyways, then it's going to be a kapara for me. If I did it, then I don't want a kapara. I mean, he's very strongly saying he didn't do it. When the Chachamim heard this thing, they said, so meaning Chachamim sort of believed him, right? But they had a problem now. They can't bring him back to Bezdin. They already paskened on him that he's going to die. But he has to be killed. And there's going to be a koiler means like a collar, a necklace, a collar. There's going to be a collar around the neck of the Adam that they killed the guy totally innocently, right? So basically, the Chachamim did not believe these witnesses, but they were stuck killing him anyway. So when it says Pshita, it's Pashid, Kol Kamine, there's nothing they could do. We know that the rule is, once Adam testify, nobody can go, they can't go back on that. So like the Kahadri Bahu Sadi, we're talking about where the Adam took back their Adis. They took it back, right? But so the Gemara says, I jumped the gun. They said, Pshita Kol Kamine, we don't believe the Adam, right? I'm sorry. The Kol, I messed it up. I'm sorry. Pshita Kol Kamine is that we don't trust. Of course, you kill him just because this guy said this when he was about to die. So we trust him, right? So the Gemara said, no, the Adam themselves said we lied. So the Gemara says, so what? When they lied, my hobby, what are you going to do? The rules are the rules, right? Which is very hard to understand. I said the rules are the rules. Good. So, but they came and they said that they lied. So can't we bend the rules? And we bend the rules for everything else. And here we're not going to bend the rules and we're going to kill a guy. I mean, we keep saying that we try our hardest to make sure that Bezdin doesn't kill. And here's a guy who the Adam said that they killed and that they were liars. And because of this what do you call this, Ben? Procedural, a procedural thing.
The technicality.
Yeah, so then he can't, I don't know, it's very hard to understand. So like Tzricha, the Gemara says no.
But that's the halacha. I'm saying once you give Eidus,
It's not, I understand, but you can't bend the halacha. I know it's the halacha, but they couldn't find a loophole.
I don't think so.
They couldn't find a loophole somehow.
Yeah, I don't know.
I would venture to say, why don't you go
loophole on Pesach to sell the chametz? That's the right too. I'm saying.
Right. I have a different answer. If it was me, I'm just thinking like my yeshiva guy head now, right? I would have hired 2 Eidim to be mazim them, right? But the problem is, and then slug those Eidim up, and then everybody goes home.
That's lying in business.
You're not lying. You're not lying. They didn't see this Eidus.
No, it is.
Okay.
I don't. You're right. I think in America, I think you're right. I think if they came back and they said they were lying,
Right.
it.
Yeah. So I don't know. Okay. So all right, but all right. Like Tzricha, I'm coming. Don't worry. Like Tzricha, the Avagav the Kayavi time Mosiah. Meaning, this case is talking about where not only did the Eidim admit that they lied, they said why they lied. They said, we hate this guy. This guy cut us off on the highway. We decided to get him or something like that. And even so, they still didn't believe it. Meaning there's nothing you could do. Kiahu Maisa de Bai Mifsi. From that story of Bai, the tax collector. Now, if you see the Rashi here, the Rashi takes the entire Amud, the story with Baya, the tax collector. But okay, I'm assuming most of the Olam has Art Scroll, so the Art Scroll goes through the story. I know I'm copping out, but I got to go on the plane. But or look at it's a whole story with the tax collector and the Shimon ben Shattach who's killing the Machshefas and a whole story, right? And then basically they tried to take revenge. I don't know. Do I have time for you? No, I really got to go. My shalom bias is more important. I don't know. Anyways, okay. I appreciate everybody.
Right.
I'm having patience with me.
Bye.
Thank you. See you later.
Amen.